Yesterday, something remarkable happened in our global data economy. The Energy and Commerce Committee of US Congress took to the American Privacy Rights Act. Why is that surprising? Because in an election year, it didn't seem as though data issues, privacy issues, were going to garner enough public attention to collect votes as people go to the polls at the end of the year. Well, we may have been wrong. Amidst the Russian war in Ukraine, the conflict in the Middle East, immigration, student loans, and of course, the Fed moves on the interest rates, it seems as though data privacy, as a very foundational issue in our global economy, but also our US economy, has held up and held its own to where Congress is now making a discrete bipartisan effort to regulate how our data is used, who uses it, and to what end, and hopefully how we are compensated for it. This has been a foundational issue because, as you know, we have been using data as currency in order to pay for services. This is something that goes back to the roots of our current Internet 2.0 or Web 2.0 paradigm, in which global platforms gave us free access, quote unquote, in exchange for some of our data. Of course, free didn't mean free. Free just meant that we didn't have to pay cash for subscriptions. These platforms have to make money somehow, and they're doing so with our data by selling our data or handing our data, making it accessible to advertisers and data brokers. That was okay for a long time until these operators got to know us really, really well. And now we start caring a lot more about our privacy and about the true value of our data. And we want to have agency in order to co-determine who gets our data and under what conditions and to what end. If the law is crafted savvily, then it will address all of these aspects. We will have to see, of course, whether that is the case, because it is just now being introduced and will, of course, undergo many revolutions and evolutions in both chambers of US Congress before it will ever become law. Whether that happens before the election or after the election is very hard to tell. But if it does, and when it does, it will be a sea change for the data economy in the United States and beyond, because US global platforms and really our US data economy has been really spreading throughout the globe with some 6 billion unique users. And so it's not just about the United States, it is also about all other users that touch on US platforms. So let's keep our fingers crossed that Congress will know how to design this new law. If it is designed smartly, then it will enable higher growth for the data economy and for data and digital service providers in our economy, not lower growth. Why is that the case? Because when you have greater trust, then that will allow greater intimacy with your customers. If I trust, I might make more data available to a platform that I'm doing business with, not less, because I can rest assured that my agency, my free will, my data ownership is being respected, and that we jointly determine how the data is being used. There will, in the meantime, be solutions that enable this, because currently there is still a lot of uncertainty as to how the new law, if it is enacted at all, will shape out. In the meantime, business has to keep doing that, just doing business and serving us well. So solutions are popping up that will allow us to ring fence our data, to watermark it, to claim it as our own data footprint, and to start negotiating with platforms in order to determine the terms under which that data or certain parts of that data can be used, maybe in combination with yet other data that increases the value of our own footprint. That will then also have to undergo some scoring. How valuable really is my data? And how trustworthy are those that want to use that data? That will then eventually flow into a data marketplace to the tune of over $6 trillion. Those are current estimates. We at Cambrian Futures and Cambrian Labs have developed one such solution, and we've dubbed it the Bouncer Bot. It will allow you to open up new collaboration spaces with digital service providers and data brokers that will allow you to determine what part of your data footprint should be given away and under what terms. And there are many good reasons to give data away. We will not reach the next higher tier of growth in our economy and in our society. Yes, I dare say human growth without data at play and in flow. And so we will have to master this challenge. Our solution, the Cambrian Bouncer Bot, is one of those, and we invite you to take a look.